Howdy, folks. Dr. Freedom here with you. Time from Dr. News. News from in and around the universe that may or may not affect you on a strange, weird, incredibly, dynamic level, I want to say. That could only make you go, let's go back to my room. Okay, but a lot of people have been going on and on about overnight ratings and all that for Series 12. Now, one of the things people are not mentioning is the fact that it's still beating Series 10 as far as numbers go. Also, Orphan 55 been stirring up a lot of things. Now, like I said, you all know my views on climate change and all that. Yes, it's getting hotter, but did we do it? Who knows? It's been less than 200 years to tell, but like I said, that's my opinion. There's scientists who are saying it's happening. Scientists are saying it's not. Thing is, my opinion is, I wouldn't worry about the weather, because if we continue on with other things we're doing on this planet, we'll be gone long before it gets hot enough to wipe us out. But, like I said, opinions vary, but let's still keep an open mind, because you never know. All right, but let's get into the stuff I do have for you that's interesting. All right, first up over here on Doctor BBC America, here's Jodie Whittaker doing a puzzle challenge, and it's just fun as hell to watch, because you can tell she's getting frustrated. And as you all know, Jodie usually has no filter, but she's in her Doctor Who costume, so she's trying to stay contained. And it's fun just to watch it. Okay, so there you go. Also, Demon Records is presenting a double bill filled with it's a unique full cast of BBC Radio Adventures for John Pertwee as a third Doctor, based on basically these were two plays that were played on radio. The Paradise of Death and The Ghost of End Space. And I've listened to both of them before. Both very well done. Look at this cover art here. Ain't that nice? That is so cool looking. So if you want to get these, I believe they're available to pre-order right here on Amazon. And this is on vinyl. So if you're into that whole vinyl thing, there you go. Here's two classics for you. All right, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert before we go any further, because there are some things here that might be considered spoilery for the upcoming episode this Sunday, all right? We're talking about Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, so we're going to get started. Okay. Now, according to this, new photos and casting information have emerged for the fourth episode of Series 12, and we've already named it. The casting news, of course, introduces some new villains along with Anjali Mahindra's Queen Skithra. And check it out. Wow, look at that. Ooh. She's got Baby Yoda ears, but she ain't looking nice like Baby Yoda. Okay. Now, Robert Guyver apparently plays a menacing character named Bill Tallow, as pictured here. Low red eyes. And also, there's been a lot of debate about this particular prop, because we've seen various pictures of it. And once again, it looks like they've reused the prop, because it looks a lot like the rifle the Silurians were carrying back, in Matt Smith's era. So that's probably what it is. It's probably a reused prop, and they've been doing that a lot lately. Look at the teleport cube that just happens to look like the Time Lord message cube in the last episode. Okay, Russell Bentley plays Mr. Brady, and curiously, his Spotlight CV lists his character as Shadow Man. Paul Casey plays Harold Green in this scene, and this is from the BBC America trailer. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that is ugly looking, man. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm going to swallow your soul. Okay. And there's some new photos of Goran Visnik as Tesla. So, I saw putting this up as a caption photo. I'm like, hey, Tesla, look which one of your ideas I patented today. Okay, of course, Glenister there playing Thomas Edison. I almost said Eccleston. So, lots of interesting stuff going on hereabouts. Okay, moving forward. And if you want to see some more about this, here's some more pictures from Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. And what I love about this site is they usually have some really, really good quality photos here if you want to go check out. And see, look, there's another close-up of the quote-unquote weapon. And it does resemble a Silurian weapon. Very, quite a bit. So if you want those, there you go. Also over on section of randomness. They usually put really, really high quality. I don't know if there's much difference between these and the last page, but I figured I'd throw it in for you just in case if you want to go look for yourself. Okay, Fugitive of the Judoon, and this is about Chris Chibnall's input. Now, new information's, of course, come to light about episode 5, which is, I believe this one's written by Vinny Patel. Now, there's indications that Chris Chibnall contributed to the episode which has something to do with a major revelation as part of the overarching plan for the series. Now, Whittaker mentioned that Chris Chibnall has a plan for Doctor Who during his time as showrunner, while speaking in a cast panel at the Paley Center back on January 5th. Now, they go into it here. Here's some quotes for you. And I don't know. What do you think so far? There's people who've really gone on about that, but I'm like, Moff used to do this all the time as well. He'd go in and rewrite. Like, one of the things Neil Gaiman went on about was how he didn't like the way Moffat rewrote his episode of, I believe it was Nightmare in Silver, that he helped him write. And it just, he went on about that for a while. But, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you. There you go. Also, Doctor Who star Jodie Whittaker on the Time Lord's new old enemies and advice for her successor. And this one she chatted with Salon Talks to discuss the legacy of Doctor Who and the ongoing message, which of course is do not lose hope. Now, if you all watch this is the full interview here, I believe, which was all about 22 minutes. And here's a little bit of it, if you want to read it for yourself, there you go. But the video is really cool. She's being very professional as usual. Wham. And here's the big news of the week. Bradley Walsh apparently broke his back in 3 places after a hellish fall from a bull. Now, he's been doing the Breaking Dad series with his son. And apparently during one of these, he fell off a bull. Apparently what he said, it sounds a lot worse than it actually is. Because if you go down here, he goes, I was up and walking around the next day and driving the RV. You've got to push yourself, and I would never push myself like that. And then you've got, bits of his little, x-ray here and all that. So it sounds a lot worse. He didn't, snap his back and cut his spinal column or anything like that. It's just a back injury that's going to probably take some time to heal up. And, I believe from what I've heard, Series 13 is not going to start ramping up to start filming until this summer. Or early summer is what the word was. So he's got plenty of time to recover, if he needs it. Over on TV Line, now this is this big cryptic clue that's been going around. And they're not even sure if this is about Doctor Who. All it says is this: a popular hour-long drama will give viewers even more to love in the near future by casting its leading lady in a second role, one she'll be playing opposite herself. In addition, fans of this iconic TV character may also get a welcome sense of deja vu from this time-bending twist. Kind of leans towards it, though, don't it? I don't know what it is. We'll find out. David Tennant says it would be fun to return for Doctor Who's 60th anniversary. Now, this has been going around for a while. Now, people passing this around again, and I'm like, I've had to explain to him, David Tennant has had no problems with coming back to Doctor Who. He's very busy right now and all that. Now, the only reason I'm showing you this article, because this is back in August he said this, is because it's been going around about, what are we going to do for the 60th and all that. For one, don't count on Eccleston. You're never going to see Eccleston again, I don't think. It would be a miracle. Same thing with, I don't know if you're going to see Peter Capaldi back anytime soon. And we've discussed that on and on as to why I believe that has happened. Also, why we always thought he was going to be doing Big Finish, yet he's leaned away from it quite a bit. So, like I said, I don't know why people are passing this around again. It's old news. He'd be happy to do it. He had no trouble doing it. Plus, he's worked with Jodie Whittaker on Broadchurch. So if it was to involve her, doing like a multi-doctor story, no problem. All right, the season 14 Blu-ray release, of course. This is the big one. Look at that cover. Look at that right there. Tom Baker wearing the Deerstalker's cap and all that he wore in Talons of Wing Chiang. Oops, I said a dirty word. Ladies and gentlemen, the Talons of Wing Chiang, they've been going on for years now, and it's really gotten heavy this year that it's racist, and apparently if you like it, you're racist. Well, that's funny. Someone better tell all the movies I used to like the Seven Faces of a Dr. Lowe, where I think it was Tony Randall playing a Chinaman. Very, very stereotypical. Let's see. Let's name some other ones. Anyone here ever seen Remo Williams, The Adventures Begins, where you have Joel Grey, a guy from Cleveland, playing Chun, a Korean, in makeup? Well, we better toss that one out, too. Big Trouble in Little China, directed and written by a white guy, John Carpenter, We better toss that too. Not to mention all the years of the series Kung Fu. It's gotten ridiculous. Just because you had actors playing another racial type, especially when back then they did not have as many Chinese actors and all that available in Great Britain to do this, so they had to make do with what they had. But people have been going on and on about it like it's gonna like end the world or something. Folks, maybe it's just the fact that Talon's Wing Chiang is one of those stories that I think knocks the sock off even most of modern Who. It was one of the best stories of the Tom Baker era, especially of the Philip Hinchcliffe era of Doctor Who. Very, very good storytelling, but please forgive them for the giant rat in the sewer. Badly done, but hey, no one cared. Good story. And Doctor Who Virtual Reality Experience launches internationally. Now this Thursday, of course, which was day before yesterday. Sorry, I'm getting a little behind. It's just a lot of things going on right now. We'll see the international launch of the BBC's acclaimed virtual reality experience, Doctor Who The Runaway. And if you've been looking into this whole thing and all that, here's some screenshots from it and all that. So if you're into this kind of thing, be sure to go check it out. Like I said, I don't have virtual reality gear, and chances are if I did, there's some games out there I would never leave my room ever again. So, okay. So once again, folks, Series 12's on. From what I heard, Series 13's already being planned for. Word is filming is going to ramp up beginning of early summer. The word I heard is they're aiming for spring of next year. Now the thing is this: a lot of people have been going on about the ratings again, and I'm like, you got to remember, this is a show that's now in its 15th year of its current incarnation. They decided to skip a year, which was moronic, because look at what happened when they skipped 2016. Suddenly, Doctor Who lost over 1.5 million regular viewers, or average viewers, for that season. And then we leave last season with an average rating, I think it was like close to 8 million. And now we're down to around 6 or 7, depending on which, we haven't had enough to average it completely out. But you see, that's what happens when you take years off. Ugh. But what can you do? Keep the faith, kids. Don't stop believing. Freedom out. Have a great weekend.